Movie decides it needs some sort of flash-forward opening to a spot roughly 14 minutes later in the film.
I've heard stories of Earth.
Said Jaden Smith, not knowing the microphones were on. Also, Jaden Smith narration.
A paradise until we destroyed it.
Humans are terrible, just terrible, and they destroy the Earth cliché. Are these people boarding a rocket? This is the thing that usually detaches from the aircraft when it goes into space, right?
Nova Prime.
Named after the great predecessor of Sentinel Prime. Thank God for that Ranger image archive, or we wouldn't have had these important images and establishing shots.
The aliens released the Ursa, monsters, bred to kill humans.
Sudden aliens! And they sick monsters on us? What the f*** did the aliens do? Also, so the aliens just took several years off to breed perfect human-killing animals? It takes decades just to get the miniature Pomeranians perfectly miniature and Pomeranian.
Monsters, bred to kill humans.
Wait a f***ing minute. How did the aliens even know the humans were coming? There's a lot of backstory here that would probably make for a far more interesting movie, but no one is interested in telling it.
Technically blind. The Ursa sees.
Aliens breed perfect human-killing machine that cannot f***ing see. Looks like Whoville went too far this Christmas. Also, how the ever-loving f*** did the blind-ass Ursa manage to arrange the dead human bodies on the tree like Christmas ornaments, huh? Someone sketched a cool storyboard everyone liked, and no one had the heart to explain to M. Night that the actual shot had no logic whatsoever in it. Also, I know Cypher doesn't show fear, but does he have to use a f***ing close-range weapon to kill the Ursa? And why don't they get everybody else the hell out of there while Cypher spins 360 degrees with 2 guns blasting the shit out of monsters? This movie starts with a flash forward that jumps to a flashback, then back to the forward, only to then back up a bit and start the actual f***ing story. Sadly, future New Earth still includes running.
Sir, I am dedicated, have studied.
Oh my god, he's the main character in this movie, isn't he? We're gonna have to put up with this, aren't we? Okay, hold on. How long have humans been on this planet? As soon as they got here, aliens attacked them. But they had time to build these elaborate houses? And is that a huge city I see in the background? Every frame of this movie creates more questions than it answers. How did a guy as socially awkward as this movie presents him to be ever establish contact with this woman, let alone a relationship?
How were finals?
When you came back home, it was daytime. You're just now asking him this question?
May I go to my room, sir?
Denied! Sit down!
Will Smith is a dick to the human that came from his dick. It's not an official movie set in the future without holograms. I see the hammock has replaced the bed in the future. I don't like this.
You take it easy on your father. He's a little rusty.
Should you really be talking to your preteen son about your sex life? Well, someone saw Star Wars. Oh wow, movie that came out good and well after John Carter also cribs a little from John Carter and thinks I won't notice. But I did. The future's lone innovation to today's iPad is to make it floppy. The other thing about holograms is that everybody can get up in your business. And we're seriously, as a species, going to reject full-color graphics on our devices in the future? We're going back to the graphics of the VIC-20 computer? I'm gonna play Lunar Lander again? The f***? Floppy iPad burrito. Conveniently, everyone falls asleep except for Jaden, so he can sneak off to explore the ship. Room with dangerous shit in it is easily accessible. Also, room with dangerous shit in it has a wall that is made of wheat for some reason.
Can you read?
Hey, can you lock? Also, people out of nowhere are in this section of the ship, and were apparently making no noise whatsoever when Kit came back here.
Kit, we have to go, right now.
Oh good, here comes the all-important flashback told to us in foggy fragments. It's really more interesting that way. No, it isn't. Cypher's wedding band can detect trouble with the ship. Apparently the Ursa can only detect human fear at a distance of 10 feet.
Your body's filling with adrenaline right now.
But why? The Ursa is in a cage.
Attention on deck!
Where is he standing right now? How did he get in here? Is there a special commander's entrance into the Ursa storage room?
What's the last known position of the closest asteroid storm?
This guy's so good he can f***ing sense asteroid storms. So why is there any tension in this movie at all?
I detected graviton vibrations in the hull.
But you detected how?
It's my wedding band, of course.
Mass expansion is 1 in a million.
Then explain the graviton buildup, asshole.
How often are you wrong?
My wife would give a very interesting answer to that question.
Those wives. But do you have an answer to that question? These dicks should be dead. Forget about one of these hitting them. Shouldn't a whole bunch of asteroids be hitting them? I mean, did they find a clear roadway in a surprising asteroid field?
Warning. This planet has been declared unfit for human habitation.
You need to press the red light before the computer will tell you that? This is one of those things where you swear they added it so that Will Smith could show how amazingly smart his character is.
Repeat. Do not attempt to land.
Oh, by the way, this is your old homeland, Earth. Not important to the discussion. Just don't land there.
Set her down.
But please do so in a way that leaves everyone on this ship dead except for me, my son, and the deadly human-killing Ursa, please.
We took heavy damage from an asteroid storm and are going down with bingo power.
If this term bingo power is being used correctly, that means they have enough power to get back to the place they intended to land. But in this context, it doesn't sound like that at all. It sounds like someone said, it'd be cool if we had the pilot say bingo power. Let's do that. Back to where this movie started during the opening credits. We sure needed that quick glimpse into this scene, or else I would have already left the theater by now. Thank God he was strapped in, or else he might not have survived that crash from tens of thousands of feet like his dad did. Hey, let's save a little money here just by cutting to black. You sure that's not a cop-out? Who cares? Yep, definitely should take off the oxygen mask after crash landing on an alien planet. You're positive there's breathable air, so what's the harm, right? See? That's great, but didn't we already see plenty of hole punches down the rest of the ship's hallway? How does closing this one thing let you breathe normally? Okay, so Cypher was getting sucked out of the ship by something. It's not like whatever sucks you out of a ship stops doing it once you get out of view. Plus, the ship went through numerous other calamities after this. So, come on, he's dead already.
Rangers, count off. Rangers, count off.
Yep, only the Smiths survived this crash. This shit still works. As we find out, Earth is sustaining life pretty well, full of trees and wildlife. Maybe it's an evolutionary thing, but it seems like there's plenty of oxygen, and it doesn't make any sense why he needs the miles.
Your life suit and backpack are equipped with digital and virtual imaging, so I will be able to see everything that you see and what you do not see.
Well, that sounds like insanely convenient bullshit to me. You have like little cameras that somehow broadcast a signal back to the ship, where someone can watch it on some sort of TV? What for? This ship was just transporting a bunch of people to a training mission, right? So they thought of giving everyone incredibly useful suits like this, but not have more homing beacons?
Everything on this planet has evolved to kill humans.
But why? This is Earth. Didn't you assholes leave? Like, long enough ago that there aren't any buildings or any kind of signs here of former human life? Wouldn't this planet's inhabitants have evolved since then to kill something else? Is this the stupidest line in 2013 film history?
This is Earth.
Does he just think about this shit constantly, no matter what is said to him?
There are three possibilities. The first and most likely is that it died in the crash.
Like we did.
What happened?
You didn't see that?
Exactly my question. How do you have digital and thermal imaging and not see what happened? Everything on this planet has evolved to kill humans, except those birds you see back there.
Initiating remote probe recon. Primary target, Ursa.
You couldn't do this earlier, before your kid went out into the wilderness?
Most of the planet freezes over completely at night.
That's why there's such amazingly lush vegetation and wildlife everywhere. Geez, every useful thing except the f***ing beacon survived this crash.
It's Moby Dick. He said I could even hold on to it.
Hold on. To what?
Yeah, this isn't the pronoun game here, man. She 100% meant the book. I know the book is called Moby Dick, but damn. Do you think your daughter would freely tell you that the guy meant his penis?
Did they really kill these whales?
Christ, here we go. In the absence of humans, Earth has turned into Endor.
Your suit is made of smart fabric. It has motion sensors.
Smart fabric? Are you f***ing serious? And what good is it if you don't personally know where the danger is, and you have to rely on somebody reading your thermal and digital imaging to tell you where it's coming from? Also, this so-called smart fabric didn't do anything earlier when the tarantula ran across his hand, or when he saw all those buffalo and birds. You're telling me the suit can detect threats?
I'm tracking a life form moving toward you from the west.
Okay, so despite knowing the direction the thing is coming from, Katai continues looking around in circles. I know he didn't make Ranger, but geez, does he know nothing about orienteering? These monkey things are right on top of him, but somehow he gets a 50-yard head start into the next shot. There was literally nothing he could do that would allow these monkeys to catch up to him. Monkeys have the same weakness as the aliens in size.
They are no longer in pursuit. Cadet, you are not being followed.
Man, I could almost make a bonus round of all the things Will Smith says that his son ignores in this movie. Suit changes back to normal just now, after the danger is long past.
I can't see.
The question is, why can't Cypher tell him where to direct his hands? You know, these cameras are both convenient and inconvenient depending on what the story needs. Plants from the happening continue to f*** with Earth long after we're gone. Who is camera? Self-surgery.
Come on, Dad, blow.
I'll admit, I like the idea of a scene where Zoe Kravitz says something to Will Smith containing the words blow, dad, and come on. But this isn't how I would have written it. These things are in a pretty safe pouch. He didn't crash into anything, so how are there damaged oxygen things in here?
4 valves remain, sir.
Computer suddenly beeps loudly because of a couple extra heartbeats per minute. Also, wait a minute, his heart rate went up a couple of beats per minute. That motherfucker is lying to me about the oxygen vials, isn't he? Also, why does he feel the need to lie about this? It's not like he did anything to destroy those vials. Also, Cypher can see everything except for this little deception. Remember earlier when he was asking his son to blink his eyes, and he could f***ing see his son's eyes while doing so? I know you guys are expecting a cinerama here with this thing, but honestly, this movie's mostly just boring, really.
Abort mission.
Okay, fuck you. You put your kid out in this horribly dangerous world where anything can kill him, and now you want him to come back because you don't think he can make the jump? And what's the plan after that? Well, I guess we'll die anyway. F*** it. Also, has Kit once followed your orders during this entire mission? Come on, man. Excuse to have a father-son argument is excuse.
Don't come out.
Flashback about Sister's horrible Ursa death continues to pad the film's length.
Katai, you've got incoming.
Yeah, but his suit didn't change, so it's probably not a threat. Kit wakes up just in time to defend himself during a random jungle cat attack on an eagle nest.
No! Leave them alone!
Katai has feelings for the children of the giant eagle that plans to eat him. Movie rips off the Ex Machina giant eagles from Lord of the Rings. Don't know what it is about this scene that's so weird. Maybe it's because it looks fake as shit. Nice of the Ursa to scream right when the general discovered this shot of the dead fellow soldiers. Also, I'm trying to figure out how an Ursa does this. This is super high up in the trees. We haven't heard anything about these monsters' flying or climbing abilities. Hey, how come the motion sensing suits didn't turn black with the motion of these f***ing wild pigs over here, huh? Asshole idiot kid who doesn't know what direction east is somehow can build a raft from scratch in 15 minutes.
It's time for you to wake up.
Hallucination ex machina. Also, when you hallucinate your dead sister, make sure she looks sexy as hell.
But you did the right thing.
Forgiveness via hallucination. Also, forgiveness from beyond the grave is a handy thing for this kid to have, considering how haunted he is by letting his sister die.
Why couldn't you ghost?
Well, she's ghosting right now, right?
Guitar, wake up.
Even Jaden Smith's hallucinations are getting tired of his bullshit. Oh hey, the suit changes color when it gets cold too. How cool a feature is that, since human beings are unable to sense temperature without visual cues from their clothing? Not to be outdone, M. Night Shyamalan goes the Tolkien/Peter Jackson route and Aquila ex machinas this shit into overdrive. Everything on this planet has evolved to kill humans, except the handful that have evolved to protect humans, that is. Atmosphere isn't hazardous anymore now that you have hope. So wait, there's a beacon that can shoot all the way across space, and it gets sidetracked by signal interference? But who is camera?
It is the ionic layer in the atmosphere above your current position. It is causing electrical interference. That is why the beacon is not firing.
Yeah, because space doesn't contain anything that can interfere with signals. What use is a beacon like this if it gets jammed by the Earth's atmosphere?
It has found you.
Yet once again, Kit's suit does not change. Movie steals the alien is directly in the general vicinity of the hero, but alien is nowhere to be found thing from aliens. He survives this cave tumble? By the way, while we watch this Ursa attack Kit, I think it's an important question as to why it doesn't need any special oxygen vials or anything to live on this planet. He survives this. Movie claims that the Ursa has its leg stuck in the hole, and movie is lying to me.
Climb in here, okay? It won't be able to smell you.
The Ursa is attacking them in their home, which continues the weird question this movie has yet to answer. Why did the aliens who bred and unleashed the Ursa allow these settlements to be built up in the first place? Why didn't they blow these things up? They just unleashed these monsters everywhere, and I guess then they pieced out to some other planet, while the Ursa took care of the humans. How does Katai eventually learn to ghost? He remembers his sister dying, which he's only done in this movie about 12 times already.
You're still in that box.
Now Kit is having a flashback to a hallucination. I love how the Ursa is this super fearsome killing thing, but without the smell of fear, it apparently literally has zero other senses. Jaden Smith is Ghost Dog. Apparently, beacons are literal beams of light that shoot into the atmosphere. This seriously couldn't beat the ionic layer a minute ago? Slow motion medical attention. Also, this might be the most doctors per human being in the history of medicine. None of these doctors' purple suits are turning black at the movement of other nearby humans.
Stand me up.
Cypher tries to one-up the one-legged guy from earlier in the movie. Moby Dick reference pays off. Somehow. Didn't mean that much to this story, but sure. Whales.
Everything on this planet has evolved to kill humans.
It's an alien planet! Is there air? You don't know!
You are going to retrieve that beacon, or we are going to die.
We follow orders or people die. It's that simple. Are we clear?
Do you know where we are?
No, sir.
Welcome to Earth. And I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Quit f***ing around and give her the shot. Come on.
Okay. Look, while I'm doing this, you take off her shirt and find her heart.
Mirror.
Mirror!
The only danger is if they send us to that terrible planet of the apes. Wait a minute. Statue of Liberty. That was our planet! You maniacs! You blew it up! Damn you! Damn you all to hell!
Katai!
Y'all get a Peter Pan right here off of this dam, right here!
Normally I'd be here to warn you about an ad, but this time I'm here to warn you about a book. Actually, I'm not even really warning you very well since I didn't start talking until after the image was already on screen. And now I'm already out of time.